I'm live. Does anybody else feel like their mask is giving them chapped lips? Or is that just me? Because I feel like my mask, like rubbing, is giving me chapped lips. So I've been like using a lip exfoliator. I've been using like a lip scrub. So it's kind of interesting. That's like not something that, like, I've used lip scrubs before, but I've never felt like I needed one. It was always just kind of like a cool thing to like use every now and then. But now I feel like I need it because my lips feel chapped, and and not even just my lips, like this whole area I like scrub because I just be feeling chapped. And I guess that's how we're gonna open this live stream. Are your masks giving you chapped lips? Even though there's some other stuff that I do want to talk about, because I heard something really interesting on the radio that I've been thinking about for a while. So I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in, some more people to come in before I bring it up. But chapped lips. Are your masks giving you chapped lips? Let me know. Hi. Hi, Kimberly Frazier. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Alexine. Hi, Naomi. Hi, Blackwoods. Alexine, that's an interesting name. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Blackwoods, Naomi. Hi, Vanity. Hi, Jada. Hi. Hi, Kayla. Hell yeah. Hi, Hale. Hi, Vermilion Dynamo. Do you guys feel like your masks are giving you chapped lips? Or is that just me? Hi, Dimitri. I saw that. I saw that Nikki had a boy. I saw that. I was like, oh. It warmed my cold, cold heart. It made my little Grinch heart grow 3 sizes. I was like, ah. Nikki had a boy. Ah. And she wrote, she like posted some stuff on Instagram. And yeah, I did a live stream the day she gave birth, Nicole, October 1st. Um, and it's funny because one of the notes that she posted was like a handwritten note from Beyonce. That shit had me on the floor laughing because people been swearing that Beyonce had some type of problem with Onika for the longest time because they don't post each other on social media, even though both of them are so private. Like, why? I don't understand why people swore they weren't friends anymore. I was like, they're very good friends. There's no reason to think otherwise. So I know motherfuckers was hurt when they seen that note from Beyonce. Hurt. I know they was hurt. Oh, look, Kayla's talking about it right now. Kayla, I didn't even see these comments. They're so pressed. Damn, I should have did my camera the other way because now my hand. Oh, well, whatever. Pressed and obsessed with the queen. Hi, John. Yes, my mask not only gives me chapped lips, but I'm getting grown woman pimples. Me too. I keep getting them in this exact same place right here. You see I have one right here. I keep getting them in this exact same place over here. It's funny because I'm not getting nothing on this side, but on this side it's something. It's rubbing. It's like rubbing. So I'm mostly getting chapped though, like now. Like I'm mostly just getting chapped. Yes, and it gives some people pimples. The masks are definitely giving drier eyes too. Hi, lovely Lunarian. Hi, Owen. Hi, Justin. How are you doing? How are you, Justin? The girls were on Twitter pressed that B sent her a congrats note. They swear her and B was beefing. Exactly, Kayla. For no reason. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Armand. Right, that fake beef. Yeah, you missed it. So if you go look at the live streams, there's one called Nikki Had Her Baby. That's from October 1st because that was a Thursday. But they didn't reveal if it was a boy or a girl until today. Nikki posted on Instagram today that it was a boy. And she like posted some like notes and cards and messages that she received. And the very first one was a handwritten note from Beyonce. And she wrote her name like Onika. So people was pressed. Hi, Queen. Imaginary beef. B literally only calls her Onika. Exactly, Kayla, you're reading my mind. And she wrote Onika. She ain't write Nikki or nothing. B literally only calls her Onika. They're close. Yes, like they're close. They're good friends. It's so weird. People are really fucking strange as hell. Like I seen some people arguing on social media that they thought it was weird that Nikki made her like she posted her announcement pictures and then she never posted anything else. They were like, it's weird. Do you guys think she's really pregnant? Do you think she really had a baby? Like, it's really strange that she's not saying anything and that she's not confirming. People were like, she doesn't owe you anything on social media. Like, you don't actually know her. Like, they were like, yeah, but it's weird. Like, it's normal for people to make an announcement about their baby. They were like, yeah, people you know. Like, you don't know her. Weird people, man. Oh, Beyonce sent her a handwritten note. Owen. Hi, Sim. Happy for her. We live in a world where unless celebs have documented their friendships multiple times on social media, there's beef. Right. Hi, Kakashi Cowboy. Hi, Davy. Yeah, I'm breaking out all over the place. Hi, Mar. How are you? Things are better. Justin. You need to go Scorpio on him. This is the time to let your inner Scorpio out. You know, I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I mean by that. Hi, world lover. Nikki created a prince. Hi, sincere. Hi, Alexandra Bailey. Hi, Jay Malik. Hi, Deja. I'm happy B actually hand wrote her note. I hate that people were trying to make beef between them. Out of nowhere. Beyonce does have some nice penmanship, too. I was talking with somebody about that. Beyonce made a whole little rap for Nicki, like, they are friends. Why can't they have a private friendship? They don't owe y'all shit. Please, not them trying to pull a Blue Ivy on her. Can't wait to see Nicki's baby boy. And it's just like, Nicki's wanted a kid for a long time. Like, she's probably just chilling. Like, everything doesn't have to be documented on social media for strangers. Just because other celebs overshare doesn't mean Nicki has to do it. Folks are dense. I bet he looks so adorably cute. They're already salivating to see what her baby looks like. It's weird. I'm convinced Nicki broke Twitter. I'm just saying, Justin, you know, if you don't want to take it that far to let out your inner Scorpio, you know our sister sign is Gemini. And you know a Gemini will flip it on you real quick. So, you know, you could let your little inner Gemini out if y'all want to like take it to the max of murdering the person, which is what a Scorpio would do if you just want to give them a little scare, you know. It's Halloween time. I feel like that would be appropriate. You know, just be, you know, a little contact me again and, you know, you might disappear, something like that. Hi, Savannah. Hi, Domino. Been doing great. My Halloween season has been really good. I feel like I've had a lot of good momentum. I've been like watching all my Halloween movies and my house decorations and my candles. And I've been, you know, drinking the Halloween drinks and really just trying to spread the holiday cheer. I'm feeling good. You're the Summer Walker is pregnant. I hope not. She's going to be putting carrots and celery in a blender trying to feed her newborn baby vegetable juice. I wonder what she'll name him. Yeah, we'll see. Hi, Jules. A baby boy. So happy for Nicki. That's definitely a sign because we're in new moon season. I like Geminis. Geminis are the sister sign of Sag in the zodiac. Sag is like the only sign of the zodiac that can like really understand Gemini, because Gemini is the mood swings. But you know, Sagittarius has like real bad mood swings too. We're real moody, so I can't judge a Gemini having mood swings. Oh, your moon is in Gemini. J Malik, hey Seren, hi chat. I'm loving spoopy season. Spoopy! Hi, Paul. Yeah, I had this really delicious Halloween drink the other day. It was like coffee and Bailey's Irish cream and caramel. You know, it was like a fall thing. It was like salted caramel, but it was like alcoholic. It was awesome. I got some blood orange stuff because I love blood orange. And a lot of blood orange stuff you can only get at certain times of the year. Just like a lot of like, you know, the pumpkin stuff you can only get at certain times of the year. I re-upped on all my fall favorites from a lot of different places. I was going to film a video, but I couldn't resist opening one of them. I got some pumpkin cheesecake spice soap. You guys know I love my Moni squared. Which Moni actually launched a website. So now it's moninaturals.com, I think. And so I like re-upped on some of the fall soaps that I like to get. But then I had to like open it. So then I felt kind of bad. I was like, I don't want to film if I already opened it. Leave us Geminis out of this. Summer Walker needs therapy, not a child. Summer gonna be feeding that child nothing but grapes and kale juice. It's not just that she's like a vegetarian. I don't know if she's a vegetarian, but I think she's a vegetarian or a vegan or something. But she did like a whole rant. I think it was on Instagram Live. It was somewhere where she was talking about how people need to feed their babies like fruits and vegetables and like healthy foods. And then people were like, well, yeah, a lot of people, you know, do wish they could feed their kids like more healthier foods, but like healthy foods are expensive by design. And a lot of Black people, and especially Black Americans, live in food deserts where we don't have access to like grocery stores or to like healthy foods and fruits and vegetables. You know, you only have like a corner store or a gas station or something like that. You know, you can only buy like junk food, which is deliberate, you know, and we've been disenfranchised out of like our land, agriculture, big pharma, you know, big agra, all these things. So people were trying to like talk to her and like educate her about like, you know, if you want to get into like food sovereignty and urban agriculture, that's great. More people need to be involved. You guys know I'm like really involved in that type of thing. And then she was just like, no, like fruits and vegetables are cheap. And then somebody dug up like another Instagram live of her herself saying that fruits and vegetables are expensive. And she was like, I don't know who lied to y'all. Like, this shit's not cheap. But then she was like, fruits and vegetables are cheap. And it's no reason for you to like not give your baby fruits and vegetables. And then people were like, well, babies can't even eat fruits and vegetables. And she was like, just put it in the blender. And I was like, you see, this is why people don't take you serious, girl. Like, babies can't even eat fucking blended up food. Like, it's only certain things that babies can eat. Like, you can't even give little kids like honey before the age of 1. Like, there's certain things that like kids can't eat because like their guts, like your gut is full of like different types of like microbes and bacterias and acids and all types of things that break your food down, but you don't get them until a certain age. So people were like, you can't just give your baby a piece of celery and just be like, here. And she just wasn't trying to hear it. She's so weird. She's a weird girl. So the way that you know your sister sign, Nicole, is if you look at like a round zodiac, because it's an even number. So if you look at a round zodiac and you see what is the sign directly across from you on the zodiac, that is your sister sign. So like if you're up here on top, you just go straight down, almost like a clock. And that's your sister sign. Hi, Tim. Nikki collabing with Sada Baby. Is that how you pronounce that, Savannah? As a Michigan Barb. I'm living. He one of Detroit's best rappers. What's going on in Michigan? I see somebody got smacked in the fucking face with a bike lock by a white racist. The whites are acting up in Michigan. Oh, you're a Gemini, Kakashi Cowboy? I do get along with a lot of Sags. Hi, Adrian. Us Sags love our Geminis. One of my best friends is a Gemini. Caramel, anything is delicious. Scorpio, sun and rising. Gemini moon here too. Emotions stay polarizing. I'm going to get some Moni products soon. Summer is a little off. She's a little off, Savannah. She's a little off. Hi, London calling. I love Aries too. I love Aries. I love Aries. I love Leos. I have so many friends with the exact same Leo birthday. It makes no sense. I have a real soft spot for Leos and Aries. I've had like 5 Aries boyfriends. It makes no sense. I'd be like, again? Aries? Hi, Ori. Hi, Kendrick. I honestly think Summer is on drugs. You think so? Kayla, I've been a fan of her since the very beginning, and she did a whole 180 after she got with London. That would be really sad. Summer ought to just shush. Hi, Line 10 Man. Hi, Marcy. Gut bacteria. We talk about Summer Walker. She was like, you need to give your babies fruits and vegetables. And people were like, well, babies can't even eat fruits and vegetables until a certain age. And she was like, you could just blend it up. And they were like, no. No, don't give them honey. They'll end up in the hospital. I really hope she isn't pregnant. Yeah, I hope she's not too. Sugar kills the good bacteria in your stomach. Yeah, there's like all types of stuff in your stomach. You can like look into like what, like I like to drink kombucha because like kombucha is full of like good bacteria and stuff for your stomach. It's not just like, oh, all bacteria is bad and you need to just like you have to like actually pay attention to like what you're eating and how you feel and all that stuff. Hi, Bailey. Yeah, smack with a bike lock. Some white dude walked up to a bunch of black kids and was like, "Black lives don't matter." And he hit this 18-year-old in the face with a bike lock, broke his jaw, all that. Um, Honestly, I pretty much only date Sags or Leos. I don't know. It depends on when you were born in June. You might be a Gemini. Thoughts on Aquarius? I love Aquarians too. Uh, Again? Yes, again? Oh shit, here we go again. As an Aries, I can date other Aries, but I usually date Sags and Leos. I love Aries. I don't know what it is. I love Aries and I love Leos. I guess I kind of feel like maybe they're the only people that can like deal with the Sag bullshit. Fire and fire go well together, equal parts fire and water. Summer is insufferable these days. Hi, Cam Powhatan. Aries won't leave you alone. Fire and air go well together too. Hi, Tiara. It's okay. We've only been on about 15 minutes. Got a new schedule next week, so I should be able to be here right on time. Summer doing drugs. I don't put it past her. These new age celebrities are on some perpetual diarrhea of the mouth shit. Just shut up. And it'd be like they put themselves, like you went live to tell us how we need to feed our baby celery. Like, and then when people were like, well, but babies can't eat certain things because they don't have the good gut bacteria, you said, well, just blend it up. Like, just shh. Hi, Marcus. The new R&B girls need publicists. They're all a little off and talk too much. I drink kombucha and Good Belly, which have a lot of probiotics. Somebody needs to do a welfare check on Summer Walker. Can someone please escort the whites to a square dance so they can blow off some steam? I'm exhausted. Right. You got to eat the prebiotics so the probiotics can absorb the nutrients in your GI tract. Had to learn that the hard way after suffering from ulcers. I tend to date Virgos and Taurus. I don't even like them like that. Hi, Warren. I like mystery and celebs. I don't want to know everything. Stop talking. Seren only dates other fire signs and then says, I don't know what it is. Hi, Teddy. What does kombucha taste like? They have all different kinds. I like pineapple. I drink a lot of pineapple kombucha. It can have, so it's fermented, so it has kind of like a tangy, fermented, pungent kind of taste. And they have all different kinds that, you know, they flavor them with all different types of like flavored juices. I like the pineapple because I kind of feel like the sweetness of the pineapple and the tart tanginess of the fermentation goes well together. But you just kind of have to like try different ones and figure out ones you like, because kombucha does have a particular taste. I like tangy things. I like savory things, you know, pungent things. I like pickles and, you know, fermented. But that's not for everybody. So some people like a little bit more of like a stronger flavors that can like mask the taste. You just kind of have to like try it, figure one that you like. Hi Sean. Hello. J Malik, you realize that I think you're pressing 0. I don't know if you're like on your phone or something, but just so you know, you've pressed 0 a couple times in a row. I've never had fried pickles. Fermented tea. Isn't kombucha fermented tea? Uh, I don't know if it's tea. I don't know if it's all tea. Some of it is. For like it's all different kinds. It is fermented, but it's like different things. They ferment different things to grow the good gut bacteria, and then you drink it. I was gonna say then you eat it, but you drink it, you consume it. So you put the good gut bacteria inside of you. It's almost like mold, which sounds weird, but it's almost like growing mold, like, and then ingesting it. But that sounds worse than it is. Bubble tea, I think, is just like tea with like tapioca, like bubble, like pudding stuff in the bottom. It's not pudding, but it's like tapioca balls. I've never had a fried pickle. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Kombucha tastes yeasty to me. Yeasty? Yeah, it's like sour. I love pickles, sour apples, sour candy. You'll probably like kombucha then. You should try it. It is sort of like a yeasty type of taste. Fried pickles are so good. Hi, Bambusa. I've never had fried pickles. I have had fried Oreos. I love fried Oreos. I used to make them all the time at home. But fried pickles, I don't know. Oh, I've had the GT kombucha. I really only drank the GT kombucha. Other brands taste weird to me. There's a black girl in DC that makes kombucha. It's called Cultivated Kombucha. I think she's shipping now. And I really like hers. Hers is normally the kind that I drink. I have a friend that swears by kimchi. She says it's good for your gut. I know, I'm not selling it. Kombucha is a hard sell. Honestly, it is a hard sell. It's just you have to know what's in it and that it's good for you. But it's a hard sell. It's not like, it's delicious like soda or, it's not like that. But, the shit that, they put all the sugars and stuff in it, so it's like easier to get you to drink it. Tapioca pearls. Some kombuchas do have matter in them too. Yeah, like some of them do have like the stuff in them. You have to shake it up and it will settle. So it's not an easy sell, but they're so good for you. Anytime I have a stomach ache, I drink one right away. Kombucha is hella vinegary to me. It can taste vinegary. Like I said, like tangy, savory, sour, moldy, yeasty, vinegary. It's a hard sell, but I like it. Tastes good to me, and it's really, really good for you. It's full of like really good stuff for your gut and for your stomach. Your stomach's a gross place. I'll just leave it at that, I guess. Hi, Francesca. Kimchi smells horrible. Kimchi is always hit or miss for me. If I loved kimchi, would I like kombucha? Probably. I like kimchi too. Kimchi smells like chewing tobacco, but the more pungent, the better the food is for you. Pungent, that's the word. Thank you, Align Tin Man. That's the word. It's very pungent, but it's so good for you. It's really good for you. You had me at it's good for you. Hi, absurd. We're talking about kombucha and kimchi and things that are pungent and yeasty and vinegary, but they're really good for you because they're full of good gut bacteria that smells weird. All that other stuff doesn't sound too appetizing. Very much sweet and sour. I love it. I'm not a fan of kombucha. Talk about a hard sell. I love it though. I had gut issues years ago that were causing my skin to become inflamed. It felt like hundreds of needles pricking my skin. Kombucha helped get rid of that for me. Yeah, like it's really, really, really good for you. And it can help trigger in your stomach, like for your stomach to start making like other types of like gut bacteria that's like good. Like it really improves the health of your stomach. So if you do have like sensitivity, if you get upset stomachs, I don't have a ton of stomach sensitivity anymore, but I used to when I was younger, which is why I've always been an extremely picky eater because I had a lot of stomach sensitivity. Drinking kombucha helped a lot with that. Like I would eat things, I didn't really get stomach aches per se, but I would eat things and I would feel like throwing up. Like I used to have so much nausea. Like I used to feel nauseated after like the bare minimum thing. And it was true that like after I got nauseated, the only thing that would help was candy. You guys know I was like a junk food junkie. Like I would eat certain things and I would have to eat a piece of candy or I would feel like puking. So, hi Alien baby. I had to like start paying attention And I started like consuming things to like increase my good gut bacteria, and it really improved like my stomach. Damn, you're making me want to buy this right now. I'm gonna look into it. Never really had stomach issues. Honestly, you're selling me on it because those are the foods I eat. The ones that everyone make the stank face at while you shove it down your gullet. Apple cider vinegar is good for you too. Y'all talking about kimchi. I almost bought some yesterday. No, kombucha is it's not a plant. It's fermented. You make it at home. Well, not at home. You know, people make it in fact. People do make them in home at their home, but it's almost like a similar to like a I keep wanting to say it's like growing mold, but it's not necessarily like growing mold. It's kind of like pickling, sort of like a pickling. You know, like how you pickle like you put the cucumber in the vinegar and you close it up tight, and then you sort of just put it in a dark place and you just like let it sit, and it's old and it's moldy and it's fermenting, like it's being pickled, and it has this like really strong smell, and you're like bringing things out of the cucumber and you're turning it into a pickle. It's like a similar process for the kombucha. You're growing because you're growing bacteria. You want to grow the bacteria, but it's good bacteria. It's like not bad for you. It's good for you. You want it in your stomach, and then you drink it. And a lot of the times, like, you know, like it has to be refrigerated, or like you have to consume it within a certain amount of time, because there's like a window of when you eat it before it becomes like bad bacteria or like bad molds. So you consume it before that happens. Now, I don't know who was the first person that was like, let me eat this mold and see. I don't know. And then they were like, ooh, made my stomach feel nice. I don't know. Oh, your sister makes kombucha? Does she do it in her bathtub? Absurd. Because I know cultured kombucha in DC. I think I said cultivated at first. It's cultured. Sorry. It's cultured kombucha. In DC, she used to make it in her bathtub. Now she does it in commercial kitchens. Certain foods will poke little holes in your gut and can cause all types of issues. Kombucha and organic apple cider vinegar are really good for you. Anything that helps your gut helps your skin and brain function as well. I only buy Health Aid kombucha. I've bought GT brand, the same brand as Justin, and it's really good. Hi, Alexis. We're talking about kombucha right now. We're talking about mold. I'm scared to make it at home. They say it can get dangerous. It can, because it produces like gases that can knock your ass out. It's like making wine. I was told taking apple cider vinegar shots helps with your stomach, so I take a shot of it every now and then. So much mold talk. Just like how you ferment beer, that's kind of how kombucha is made. I'm going to look it up. If it's good bacteria, you eat it. I use it as a soda alternative. Hi, Mo. Tim, I want some candy. That's what I'd be thinking. Like, who came up with the idea? Oh, yeah. Look into it, Domino. Look into it. Google says tea mushroom, tea fungus. Yeah, like fungus, mushroom. I was thinking mushroom too. Like mushroom, fungus. A fungus is mold. It has active bacteria in it, and if it expires, it will upset your stomach. GT kombucha gets me buzzed. It is a good soda alternative if you're trying to avoid soda, because it's kind of fizzy. Hi, Orant Patty. I don't really have any thoughts, honestly. The gut has been shown to clear medical issues that haven't been studied yet. Science class started. Ew, candy corn nasty. Gut health is everything. So I did want to talk about a term that I heard on the radio that I thought was a really interesting statement. I was listening to the radio, and obviously, of course, they were talking about politics. And they were talking about, obviously, like President Trump and the election and his supporters. And they were talking to some of his supporters, and one of his supporters, they asked the supporter, like, how can you continue to like support him with like everything he's said and done? And one of the supporters was like, oh, we support him. We still support him because we separate the personality from the policy. And that was really interesting to me, this like concept of like personality versus policy, because I feel like maybe that like I feel like the Democrats are doing the exact opposite. We talked about this previously in Discord, where I was like, I feel like the Democrats are focusing on personality. The Democrats are focusing on identity, the identity in identity politics, or the personality in personality politics. It was interesting to hear these people say that they're not focused on Donald Trump's personality, that they don't care about his personality. They're like, in terms of the policy, they're like, oh, you know, we're pro-life, like we're against abortion, and we feel like he's going to do that for us. So we're willing to overlook his personality because we feel like he's doing the policy goals, you know, that we want. And then I feel like on the other side, it's almost the exact opposite of they're chasing the identity, they're chasing the personality, but they're not necessarily pushing policy. They're talking about how like Joe Biden is like so, you know, like he's so nice, he's so compassionate. And it was interesting because even these Trump supporters that they were talking to were like, yeah, we really like Joe Biden's personality. They were like, we really like him. Like, he's a Catholic. He's really nice. He's really compassionate. You know, he is religious like us. He does seem like he lives a Christ-like life. Like, you know, we really like his personality. We wish we could vote for him because we love his personality so much. But we don't agree with his policy when it comes to abortion. So we're not going to vote for him. And it was just really interesting to not to see, because I was listening to it on the radio, but to hear them having this conversation of personality versus policy and what's important, because it really does seem like we have parties that are going, you know, that are looking at it just from two totally, completely different perspectives. And when we were talking about it in Discord, something I said that I thought was really interesting was, I was like, you know, the Democrats are focusing really hard on identity. I was listening to NPR, Tim. I feel like the Democrats are focusing really hard on the identity and identity politics. And I feel like it's making it seem like their platform and their party is more progressive than they really are, because they're really not progressive at all. Like, Joe Biden is really not progressive. Kamala Harris is really not progressive. Like, they're quite conservative, really, in terms of their beliefs, but they're leaning so hard on identity. Like, yeah, she's a woman. She's WOC. Like, it's automatically progressive. It's just really interesting to see them leaning really hard on identity and personality. And then to see the other side being like, we really don't give a fuck about Donald Trump's personality. He can do and say whatever. We don't care. As long as we get this policy change of like, throw out Roe v. Wade. So fascinating to me to witness. I wanted to bring up this concept of personality versus policy to you guys and like see what you guys thought about that, because I never, like, I thought about it because we had the conversation, like I said, in Discord of Democrats focusing on the identity and identity politics and not the politics, but to actually hear these Trump supporters say that for them it's personality versus policy. They don't give a fuck about this man's personality, when the Democrats are harping so hard on like Donald Trump is a bad person and like his personality and like the way he talks and the things that he does. And these supporters, they don't care. They do not care. Fascinating. Like, you have people that really, they do not think the same. They just don't think the same. I see y'all talk about candy corn. Candy corn is the Donald Trump of corn. I mean, of corn. The Donald Trump of candy. Moving on. Candy corn is disgusting. Why exactly, Domino? Why don't y'all love yourselves eating candy corn? Candy corn is nasty. Hi, Mel. No, nasty. GT ginger ale kombucha is really good. They want us to vote because Kamala wore Chucks. Right, and that's identity. That's the identity. Like, Kamala wore Timberlands. She's one of us. It's like, yeah, but what's her policy? She wants to, like, increase police budget. And they're just like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the politics. Focus on the identity, the personality. They're nice. And meanwhile, the other side is like, we'll give you the policy that you want. We'll end abortion. Don't worry about the fact that Donald Trump is the devil incarnate. And they're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about the personality. We don't fucking care. Your personality is a big indicator of the policies you'll support, in my opinion. Separate personality from policy. The policy is the problem. Cosmic Cranberry Kombucha is good too. Democrats really be voting for vibes. She got a good vibe. Vote for her. I'm over this election. Teddy, I've been saying this. Republicans only care about policy. They don't care if it kills them. They want their policies. Right. Like, they do not fucking care. They don't care. They really don't care. Radio station you listen to. Yeah, I listen to NPR. So whatever your local, you can look it up. It's different everywhere. Whatever your like local NPR station is. Probably if you go look on their website, you can find it. Leftists care about policy too. We're just not actually represented in government. Hi, Hush 420. The Democrats we see are Republican light, to be honest. Seriously, it's like two separate platforms running for two separate things. Right, it's totally separate, Queen. Like, even, isn't it tonight that they're having that fake ass debate when it's not going to be a debate? These motherfuckers about to be on two separate channels having two separate conversations with themselves. I don't know how this is going to work. Are they going to cut back and forth? Like, it's a circus. Like, it's a joke. I really don't know how anybody's watching and tuning in and, like, taking it seriously. Maybe that sounds bad to say, but is that not ridiculous? Like, they had the first debate, which was a fucking joke. I did not watch, because why would I waste my time? And then fucking this dude came down with fucking COVID. Of course he did. And then he was like, I'm not going to do a virtual debate. And then Joe Biden was like, he's going to have his own debate, which is just going to be him on his own channel talking about, quote unquote, the issues. And then Trump was like, well, I'm going to have my own channel with my own me talking for fucking 90 minutes. It's a circus. It's like children. That's why on SNL, the joke is that they're going to have their motherfucking apple slices and their juice afterwards. Like, it's ridiculous. The Democrats actually want to increase police budgets. And we talked about this in a previous live stream too. Hi, the boy in blue. For Trump supporters and right-wingers, it's only ever been about getting what they want. The libs and the Democrats are trying to appeal. Oh, wait, sorry. The libs that the Democrats are trying to appeal to are about persona and appropriated notions of identity politics. Right, Vermilion Dynamo. Like, they're all into the persona. They're into the identity. Like, not the politics, which I said previously. I was like, you know, people want to seriously have a talk about reparations. We seriously want to have a talk about defunding the police. You know, we want to have serious conversations about certain things, and they like won't even be entertained. But they're like, yeah, just vote, because like Tim's, like, you know, identity. It's like, but where's the policy? And then you have like on the total flip side of the coin, other end of the spectrum, where they're literally like, I do not care that this man said grab them bitches by the pussy. Like, he's going to give me my policy I want. I do not care about his personality. It's just like, so I don't even know what to call it. Can we get a whole video on this? Identity versus policy. This is the video right now. I just heard about it the other day. I don't really have concrete formulated thoughts. I mean, I could do one on what I said about like the Democrats in Discord. I could do that, Blackwoods. I wanted to bring it up in the live though, because I wanted to know, you know, what you guys thought sort of in real time. But I could do one on what I said about the Democrats. I can do one on that. Hi, Christiana Way. I think we're leaning more towards personality right now because Joe Biden sucks as a candidate, but he's not Trump. Right. So it's like we have to lean really heavily on like the personality aspect of like he's a good person, quote unquote. Policy is the only thing that matters. I don't care about respectability or identity. I don't need people to pander to me. I think a lot of people feel that way, Domino, because it's pandering. At a certain point, it crosses over into pandering. Identity pandering, not identity politics. I had the same problem when I was younger, with stomach issues and vomiting. Even went to the doctor, but they could never figure out what was wrong with me. Then I think I just grew out of it. Try kombucha, Kakashi Cowboy, try it. Because they could never figure out like what my issue was either. Try it. Candy corn is gross. The Dems and Libs are too busy playing like they're better than anyone. Oh, sorry, wait. The Dems and the Libs are too busy playing like they're better than everyone, so they're getting hoed at every turn. Fuck candy corn. Hi, Star Dagger. Candy corn is pure garbage. Candy corn is unnecessary. Interesting perspective. Wow. Personality versus policy. Yeah. And I thought that was like such an interesting way of putting it. And they were like, it's personality versus policy, and we don't care about his personality. They were like, this seems like it's the part that like people don't understand about Trump supporters. Because it seems like people are trying to appeal to Trump supporters like morality, like from a moral place. like, well, Trump is a bad person and like he's evil and like these like evil, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we really don't care. They're like, he's putting the policies in that we want. So we want him. We don't care. Let's see. People are willing to overlook 1,000 problematic things so long as they get the things that they want. That is interesting. I could see the logic of a Christian Trump supporter holding their nose and voting for him because he'll do things they want despite having a low opinion of him as a person. And they want what they want. And, you know, you're not going to change their mind. It's like people want to be like, no, but it's immoral. Like a woman has a right to a choice. They're like, I don't care. We want Roe v. Wade thrown out. Like they don't care. It's just like if this were a game, like one side is playing chess and one side is playing checkers. Like they don't care. They're not even in the same arena. That's the thing. At this point, it doesn't matter that 45 is all those pungent things. This isn't an unknown, but for the Dems, that's their only focus. Hi, 88 gifts. Y'all eat candles. You may as well if you eat candy corn. Flavored wax. Dems are also full of shit, full of stop. They're not the saints people think they are. The debates are trash. It makes no sense. I've been trying to figure out why the Dems are so annoying. That might be why. I saw someone say that voting for president this year is like a group project. PSA, candy corn tastes like if you took all the shit caught in your sink drain after doing the dishes and crushed it into candy. It is also an insult to actual corn. I only really care about a politician's character insofar as it affects their policy decisions. So I've also been listening to these Amy Coney Barrett whatever hearings because they've been playing snippets of them on the radio. I have not been watching them on TV or on YouTube or anything, but they have been playing snippets of them on the radio. And it's also interesting because they keep asking her, it's interesting that you guys are talking about that a politician's personality affects the policies that they want. That's interesting too, because people keep asking this woman, Amy Coney Barrett, if her personal beliefs, she's a hardcore, which we've talked about, like cult, Catholic. And they keep asking her if her religious beliefs and like her beliefs are going to affect her ability to judge if she becomes the Supreme Court justice. And she keeps saying, my personal beliefs, my religious beliefs, my personality, my ideas are not going to impact if I'm able to uphold the law. Do you guys think that that's true? Do you guys think that that's real? Do you think that's possible? Or do you think that your personality and your personal ideologies are always going to sort of leak into your job? Or do you think that that's not the case? Because it's interesting. I see, or you were like, well, the personality plays a part in the policy. It's interesting that you said that because this woman literally was like, that's not going to have anything to do with my policy. That's not going to have anything to do with the way that I uphold the law. How do you debate yourself? It's going to be more like a town hall. There are people who wear the Democratic label that are good, but the mainstream are corporate Dems. There's high hit flicks. There's only one political party, the bipartisan party, and their goal is to screw Americans. I've been watching to see what the Dem policies are because they won't say what they are. The policy is not Trump because Trump is a bad person. But Trump supporters are like, we don't give a fuck that he's a bad person. It just seems like it's flawed. Like it's a flawed methodology from the beginning. It's a full-on geriatric circus. Hi, Corey. The reason the left doesn't have any representatives is because the left doesn't care about power. All Republicans care about is power. What would you say the left cares about then, Teddy? I'm in the UK, so I haven't been following it closely, but I haven't even heard much about Biden's policy platform. At this point, people should see that identity politics gets black folks nowhere. It's a nightmare. They want us to buy into the celebrity of these Democratic candidates. It's a performance. The politics are empty, said Kayla. This election is how would you prefer to die? Be strangled to death or take poison? Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin. We don't have any policies, but here's Billy Porter to sing "We Shall Overcome" for y'all. Right, Sim? Exactly. Vote for us. There seems to be a lot more focus on how evil Donald Trump is versus policy. Right. And it's just like I said, that's a flawed methodology when people don't care about this man's personality, which his fucking supporters literally went on NPR and literally said, it's personality versus policy. We don't fucking care about this man's personality. They literally said they like Joe Biden more, but they're not going to vote for him. Like, they really think if they make Joe Biden and Kamala Harris seem like awesome and likable, and, you know, they have Barack Obama endorsing him on Shade Room and shit, that, like, motherfuckers are going to vote. Number one, that's offensive. It is definitely pandering. Number two, people aren't going to vote for only that. Like, they're not. Maybe some people are, but less people than they think. Democrats are serving advertisements for major companies. Republicans are trying to figure out what people want and make a pretty package of future broken promises. They're both serving soap opera teas. I won't stand for the candy corn slander. It's chewy and delicious. I already said that candy corn is the Donald Trump of the candy world. Orange, waxy, gross. Joe is sundowning. This is elder abuse at this point. Leave that man at home. This is why we should get rid of politicians and just vote on policies, like you said. Yeah, like, I'm not with any elected official, as you guys know. Like, I'm not with it. The Dem base cares about policy over personality, too. But the Dems themselves don't understand it, and that's why shit is up in the air. There's a reason why people are not voting, but now people's backs are against the wall. They feel like they have to. We had Hillary Clinton saying she got hot sauce in her bag. Swag! Mel. Now it's Kamala on Breakfast Club talking about how she smoked weed. Stop the cringe pandering. Hillary was insufferable, just straight pandering and trying to be cool. And Kamala is too. Kamala Harris to me is like Cardi B. Like, you know, we had Iggy Azalea, who was a fronter, who they tried to like push. But they couldn't get Iggy but so far because she's white. And so people just like wouldn't accept this like white girl. And so they kind of like learned the second time around, like, oh, it has to be like a woman of color, quote unquote. It has to be some type of like, you know, black adjacent, racially ambiguous, you know, somebody that some of the blacks will be comfortable with. And so then we got like Cardi B, who's like Iggy Azalea 2.0, but like in blackface. That's how I feel about Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. Like, we got Hillary Clinton, like, yeah, I got hot sauce in my bag, and, you know, I was the wife of Bill Clinton, first black president, ha ha ha, that shit was never funny. And then, like, but Hillary could only go but so far with her, like, doing the nay-nay and the hot sauce. And so now we have Kamala, who's, like, another, you know, like, racially ambiguous, like, black adjacent, you know, like, somebody that's gonna be able to, like, go a certain way that, like, the white person can't. Like, they're the same to me. Like I said earlier, Ashley, always you. Democrats really just be voting for vibes. Kamala is committed to doing nothing for us, and she's pro-cop. So you think it's bullshit? You think you can't separate your personality, the boy in blue, from your policy? Amy Coney is going to set the country back even further than we already are. She's going to be biased 1,000,000%. It's impossible to separate it. Those are lies. Hi, Minako. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. You've been busy? Bias is always come into how you determine how you do your job. Even judges still have a bias. Hi, Karen. I personally think that there is a bias. I'm just telling you guys what she said. I wanted to know what you think. I don't think you can remove it. It's obviously going to have an impact on how you feel. So no, because subconsciously you will still make a decision based on your beliefs. Right. That's how I feel. Even if you don't feel like you're making a conscious choice based on your beliefs, it's still there. We need to overthrow the political system, not uphold it. The reason people make choices are based on their personal beliefs. Your views, faith, personality, etc. It all influences how you see things. It will affect what direction you go. It does seep. Super conservatives who want to pretend that they aren't bigots are originalists. I 100% believe she will make gay marriage and abortion illegal ASAP. That's exactly why they put her in that seat. And like, it was kind of funny because one of the senators like directly asked her something like, Donald Trump has like publicly said repeatedly that he's like putting you in this seat to like accomplish like certain things like overturning Roe v. Wade. And if the outcome of the election goes to the Supreme Court, he said he like wants you there. Are you gonna rule in Donald Trump's favor? And then she got a little bit huffy. She was like, you know, I feel like you guys need to like think that I have more integrity. Like she brought up integrity. It was something like I have more integrity than that, and like da 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 da. I was like, girl, bye, girl, stop, stop, stop. We all know why you're here. We all know why you're here, Amy. We all know why you're here, Amy. You do not have any integrity. Please cut it the fuck out. Like, you literally believe your husband is your head. If your husband told you to fucking cut your hand off, you probably would. Shut up. Trump nominated her for a reason. She's going to flush Roe v. Wade down the toilet. Bias will always be there. I think it takes a lot of skill and wisdom to remove yourself. But even still, I don't think you can do it 100% successfully. Of course, it's going to affect it. I bet she'll... Exactly, Nicole. I bet she'll do whatever her husband tells her if she becomes a justice. Right? Like, you're part of a extreme religious sect. Like a cult. Like, you're a religious zealot. Like, you have certain beliefs about men and women. So how can you say that it won't matter? Idiots in this country believe in the Constitution like it's the Bible. There's no such thing as true non-bias. Everyone has some bias all the time. Oh, the Kamala face. The fucking face. I didn't realize it until Seren said it, but Kamala really does do that face all the time. To me, the dim part is all about the elevation of a person with an identity and not policies that would uplift groups of people with that same identity. That's an interesting point, Adrian. Like, they'll pick a black person. I'm just speaking in general, but it'll be somebody that like doesn't even believe in any type of policies that's going to affect all black people. And they'll be like, see, this black person endorsed Joe Biden. They're black, you're black, vote for them. And it's just like, but that's not how it works. I swear I'd be watching a sketch where these politicians be talking about change, the same old storyline. All people in government are corrupt. The left cares about which hip-hop celeb to put money in their pockets, to pander to black people to vote for them. They don't actually care about black policy. I think the left cares about power just behind the scenes because they are, as someone said, Republicans light. And here's Billy Porter. No matter who wins, the outcome is the same. Fascism or civil war or both. Democrats care about their ideas, but not the power moves that they have to do to enact those ideas. They'll talk your ears off about the problems, but they won't do the political work to make it happen. Dems are too interested in being liked. Oh yeah, she did also say, Kendrick, she said something preference, something like that. In her particular case, she doesn't comprehend that sexual orientation is not subjective. She's already made rulings based on this assumption. Off the top of my head, one substantive difference on policy between Biden and Trump is that Roe v. Wade wouldn't get repealed under Biden. We need ranked choice voting. Even the memes of Kamala and Biden seem carefully placed. They keep trying to market them as relatable and funny. It's so easy to see through. After the battle rap video, I was done. I think Savannah's in Discord. Savannah, are you in Discord? No policy, but let Cardi B interview Joe Biden. Kamala irks me, and so do all her fans. They think all brown is the same. Kamala, I too have smoked the reefer. All the blacks like Cardi B. The pandering drives me insane. I could separate. You mean like you personally? Absurd. I could separate my policy from personality, but who actually wants to do that in real life? Like, do they think we're dumb? Did y'all see that clip of Lizzo twerking in Uncle Sam cosplay telling us to vote? I did not. And I will not be Googling it. Yeah. Hi, Yami. It's a lot. It's too much. Kamala making an appearance on Brandy versus Monica. They really had Obama on Shade Room. I was just like, let's really think about that. I would love to see an age. Number one, I would love to see like an age demographic breakdown of Shade Room. I know they have like the Shade Room Teens page, but I would love to see like what is the age demographic? Like how many people on Shade Room are like old enough to vote? Even outside of that, it's just like it just seems like a weird thing. Like what are they trying to what is that supposed to be saying to constituents? What is that supposed to be saying? Like, cause and even like what Obama said was like, yeah, it's me, Obama, coming to you from Shade Room. Like even he himself even looked like it seems like this is like Democrats' way of trying to like play the Trump game, maybe. But they're doing it all wrong. Like they're just doing it all wrong. I just don't know what they're trying to accomplish. I just don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Like it really seems like they think that like all like they really think that like black, I mean, I guess they're just like everybody else. They think that like black people and black American culture in particular boils down to like strippers and Shade Room. And Shade Room wasn't even founded by, nor is it ran by a black American. Like it's ran by a foreign black that like deliberately spews filth against black Americans and like deliberately has created like a toxic space on the internet. Like number one, why would you even want to be associated with that? I don't understand. Not that it matters, because I don't care, because fuck them too. Fuck everybody. Like anarchy is what we really need. But just from a purely curious perspective, I just don't understand it. Blacks that can't see past the pandering with Dems and blacks that rep being a Republican like a gang, they both disappoint me. I can't stand being around either. It's really lobbyists versus big corps versus big pharma versus neo-fascists. Nobody's giving a fuck about the people in between, the actual public that the parties are supposed to serve. I'm dead. Personality will affect your policies, but not as much as your political base. Like, I doubt Trump personally cares about abortion. He's probably paid for one. I'm sure Donald Trump has paid for 1 or 5 abortions or 10 or more, but he knows his voters care about it. Oh no, you're gonna look it up. Domino at Tim. Now I have to look this nonsense up, see what you did. Did you know you could come? Oh, who knew that you could come to an interview and not answer any questions? Amy Coney Barrett. Right, she didn't answer nothing. She just kept saying like, I don't think it's appropriate for me to answer that question because if I am made the justice, it's going to make me seem like I have a bias. I don't know who's coaching the bitch, but she is getting some great coaching. Hi, Fifth Hallowell. Dems are dead ass like back that ass up for America and vote blue. I feel like the media also focuses on personality a lot rather than policy, especially for long form narrative because people forget about policies after a week. Hi, Jada. Right, like girl, you're literally in a cult. What integrity? Like we all know why you're here, bitch. Like stop. Hi, Gone Swimming. Missed opportunity to ask what Kamala's favorite song was from Brandy or Monica on that live. Oh, on the verses. No one heard. She would have said Rhythm Nation. And then she would have like covered it up. And And then all her stands would have like made excuses for her. She was just playing. No, she wasn't. For real, I'm so for real. They think black people are so simple-minded. Candace Owens is black too, and any person she endorses is someone I'm personally not gonna trust. Ooh, my eye watered. I got something in my right eye the other day. Man, it was so painful. And like I don't know what it was, but like the next day I like woke up and I had like all that, you know, when your eye is trying to like expel something, I had like all this gunk all around and my eye didn't hurt anymore, so I guess my eye got it out. Politics have become virtually indistinguishable from an SNL skit. Mainstream Dems are funded by the same people that fund Republicans, so of course they're gonna fold and use the kid gloves. You want to appeal to blacks, just do the lean with it, rock with it, and they'll welcome you in with open arms. That's really what the Democrats are saying in these board meetings. All these celebrities being endorsed to promote voting are becoming a bit much. Like, how much are they paying you to harass me? And honestly, as somebody that like remembers, for example, the 2008 like election cycle, I don't feel like it was this fake. Cause like you had Diddy with like the whole like rock the vote, and you had like Young Jeezy, you know, like you did have people that were trying to like appeal to black voters and black American voters and younger voters. But it wasn't so corny and just like this stripper shaking her ass telling you to vote, so go vote. Cause all you niggers care about is strippers and chicken. We put a Popeyes, you know, we put a Popeyes in our commercial. Go vote. Like it just seems weird. Lizzo did what? This is so annoying. These celebrities need to stop. Imagine, Naomi. Imagine standing a politician. Imagine standing any politician. Imagine standing our bipartisan system. Imagine. Sorry, I'm from Washington, D.C. Like, I just can't do it. I'm not going to Google it. Don't Google it, Seren. Lizzo looks so forced and uncomfortable in that twerk video. It's like that how do you do, fellow teens meme. How do you do, fellow teens? She had a vote dress on at the awards like, please shut up. Kamala on the versus battle was too much. Like Flo Millie said, ho, why is you here? Actually, that's a Jocelyn quote before we move on. Lizzo been getting on my nerves for some time now. And this woman stayed talking about, I got to consult. Oh, you talk about Amy. I got to consult my law clerks, write an opinion, go over briefs when asked the simplest question. She does not. They literally interviewed this woman for 3 days and 20 hours. She has not said nothing except talk in circles. How many people in the shade room are even American? It's like that millennial commercial where they don't realize we millennials are grown now. Lizzo lost me when she was calling herself a rapper and getting awards in the female rap category. If Democrats would start treating black Americans like humans instead of an algorithm, they might get somewhere. Yeah, I agree. And here's Terry Crews to tap dance for y'all. Sam, you are killing me. You are killing me. I got hit up by Dems via text asking me if I would support their candidate. I told them Bernie was my first choice and blocked them. My eye's really watering. Then I got another text from them with a different number. Oh, they spamming, Nicole. I'm not like a regular politician. I'm a cool politician. Yes. That's all politics seems to be about these days. The Dems really feel all that we as black folk encompass is rap and pop culture. These politics are a fucking circus. Amy was dodging everything. She's being coached by Olivia Pope. I was like, let me take notes. Hi, Square Box. No. Ice Cube said that, well, number one, Ice Cube has been talking about reparations. He's been talking about policy for black Americans specifically. He's been talking about all these things. He said in his own words that He presented his plan to the Democrats. They said, we'll see after the election. He said he was contacted by members of both parties and that he presented his plan to both of them. And the Democrats said, maybe after the election, we'll see. And the Republicans said they were willing to work some of his ideas into their policy. Now, the Republicans are liars, but this is in line with what we're talking about right now. Do you feel like Republicans are at least willing to put on a show of that they'll pretend to listen to you? Meanwhile, the Democrats are straight up like, no reparations, no defunding the police. Maybe we'll see about your little plan after the election if you vote for us. And how do people feel about that? You know, this is literally what we're talking about. People are planning to vote for Donald Trump because they believe that Donald Trump is going to enact their policy. Like, they believe that. I've been talking about this, you know, mostly from the stuff that I've been hearing on the radio, from where they've been talking to a lot of Trump supporters that have been saying, you know, he's going to overturn Roe v. Wade, or, you know, you guys remember I told you about the woman that they interviewed on the radio that she's part of a big organization in a swing state, and she wrote to Donald Trump saying that she would organize her huge organization to campaign for him if he agreed to outlaw abortion. And she said that Donald Trump personally wrote her back a letter. I'm sure it looked like a 5-year-old wrote it. But he personally wrote her back like a handwritten letter saying that he would do that. Now, do I believe? Well, I mean, they probably will. Like, they're trying to put Amy in, so like they probably really will overturn it. But like, do I believe that all the shit Donald Trump says he's gonna do? No. He also promised people he was gonna build a wall. He also promised people we were gonna like go back to like fucking coal energy and all this shit that's fucking never gonna happen. But he is at least telling people that he's gonna give them what they want. The Democrats are like, no, but vote for us because Kamala got on Tim's. And they don't seem to understand why people are tired of that. People are tired of that. They don't want that anymore. They don't want that. They don't seem to grasp why putting Obama on the shade room, people don't want that. They find it offensive. They don't understand why dressing Lizzo up as Uncle Sam with her ass out twerking to go vote, people don't want that. You know, they don't understand. They don't understand. So I don't know. I'm just saying, this is what Ice Cube said in his own words. He said he presented both parties. He said that he came up with his plan and that both parties reached out to him and that he presented it to both parties. And then it appears that Donald Trump tried to like name drop him for some street cred. Like, you know, well, we've heard from Ice Cube. We've been working with him, da-da-da-da-da. Ice Cube basically said, both parties reached out to me. I presented my plan to both parties. You know, now here we are. And that's what he said himself. So I'm going off what he said. Where was I in the comments? Did you see the naked celebrities telling everybody to vote? There's Jada. Ice Cube is taking one for the team. I do think that, like, he probably didn't know that, like, the Trump campaign or whatever was going to name drop him like that. You know, just like how the Democrats are like, you know, they're setting up celebrity bullshit. They got Cardi interviewing Joe Biden and stuff. I feel like they try to, like, name drop Ice Cube for similar reasons. And he responded, like, both parties reached out to me. I presented my program. That's it. The vote or die. That was it. I couldn't think of it. Sincere. The vote or die era. The vote or die era was cringy as fuck. It feels like that all over again. It's like one of those meetings where they sit around and say, what do niggers like? Then act accordingly. We are part of a rhythmless nation. Is giving minstrel show, child. Okay, let's give it minstrel show, baby. Like that Mary J. Blige McDonald's chicken commercial. Right. All they need now is to bring that commercial back. Well, Mary, vote. 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 I just kicked. Vote. I just kicked again. Vote. Chicken sandwich, bitch. Vote. That's all they need. Chicken nuggets say, vote. And then have some dancing chicken nuggets. Vote. That's what they need. Yeah, I was doing the kick. You know, kick. I was doing the kick. Where was I? I'm behind. I'm so far behind. My eye really keeps watering. Oh, it was Burger King, not McDonald's. Burger King. Burger King. It's cringe. I know. I need to stop rubbing my eye. I think I'm actually making it worse because now I keep touching it. Let me stop. I've been getting a lot of spam texts trying to get me to vote early. It's annoying as hell. If they could count cringe as votes, the Dems would be constantly winning. But alas, those text voting numbers are blowing me. They always have a dissertation and follow it up with, will you show up at the polls on election day? Ice Cube has not sided with 45 the way people are trying to make it seem. She won't answer any questions. Oh, Amy, she won't answer any questions because it doesn't matter. The Republicans are going to vote her in no matter what. Everybody is liars. Both candidates make you just want to sit out. Hi, Shady Saint. They are holding reparations hostage. Street side, they're holding reparations hostage. They basically told Ice Cube, like, oh, we'll think about it after the election if you vote for us and if you endorse our candidates. And he's like, but you can't even promise me anything. Like, that's not how negotiation is supposed to work. Like, how you trying to hold reparations hostage like this? Kieran, we'll see is universal for no. Right, Nicole, tell me no straight up. The Shade Room and other BS outlets are the ones that posted saying Ice Cube was supporting the Circus Peanut when it wasn't even true. Right, London Calling. Can Trump even write? I didn't know you could read. Based on how he talks, I bet he reads and writes at a 3rd grade level. Coney Barrett may well overturn Roe. The Dems have cotton mouth when asked about reparations. Trump's gonna have to go to Canada to get abortions for his mistresses. I'm not mad at Ice Cube, bless his heart. It won't happen. He did try. This is why we need to stop letting these dumb old people run for president. They're so out of touch. They really think twerking and Tim's is what we want. Oh no, I haven't heard of it, Jay. It's not worth it. The Democrats won't say anything because they promise not to lie. Proof that they won't do anything. They won't even lie. From what I've gathered, Ice Cube is saying one of y'all is going to win. And when the time comes, which one of y'all and what are y'all going to do for BAs? If Cube said reparations, he won't make it. They're not giving us reparations. And I thought it was really interesting how, like, people really ran with this, like, false narrative of, like, he endorsed Trump or he's supporting Trump. And he didn't say that. Like, he didn't do that. And he himself said, like, literally, this is what happened. Like, both parties came to me to hear about my agenda. I think it's called, like, what is it called? The CBW? Something. It's called something. He was like, both parties came to me to see about, you know, the stuff I've been talking about. Because he's been talking for a while about, like, we need reparations. You know, a lot of people, we need reparations. We need a Black agenda. Like, it's not, people try to make it seem like, number one, people try to make it seem like those of us talking about this type of stuff were outliers and Russian bots and all that stuff. And when that shit didn't stick, trying to make it seem like we're not real people or, like, it's not a lot of us, now they trying to, like, run with this false narrative. Like, no, we just want reparations. Y'all are trying to make everything into this big negative. No. Exactly, Francesca. Of course, non-DACS are trying to cancel Cube. Right. And it's not surprising to me that they splashed that shit all over Shade Room where they hate Black Americans, where it's not Black American run. They're really trying to make it seem like anything related to reparations is a problem. Because we gonna get these motherfucking reparations. It's gonna happen. That's why they trying so hard. Because I feel like every day it becomes like more and more possible, probable. So they're really trying to, like, run it into the ground and make it with all these negative associations. Like, we just want our reparations. We just want our reparations. Did you hear about the new Dexter limited series? I did. I don't know if I want it because I felt some type of way about the way that Dexter ended, like everybody else. Like, I don't want no damn Lumberjack Dexter series. Like, is it about to be like a hard reset? Like, what are we doing? And I'm not really with the reboots and shit, but, like, If they give us a better ending, I might consider it. Nothing wrong with presenting your ideas to both sides. Just tell whoever is willing to listen. Why they had Mary out there like that in that commercial? It was too much. Vote, 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 vote. Oh no! The Boy in Blue said they're gonna do a remix commercial with Belle Callis. Don't give them ideas. They're gonna have her twerking on Joe Biden. You know, and Joe Biden with his aviators, they always try to put these sunglasses on him to make him look cool and hip. They're gonna have Cardi fucking twerking on him, like, vote! Vote! Oh my God. I hate everything. I hate life. Like the California raisins, dancing chicken nuggets. I remember the secondhand embarrassment I got from that damn commercial. I'm gonna stop touching it, Street Side. I'm not gonna touch it no more. One thing about the Democrats, they definitely have our black legends out here tap dancing. And you hate to see it. And you hate to see it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. My eye's okay. I had something in it the other day, and now it's like watering. But it's okay, though. It's all right. Some people are preparing for the worst no matter who ends up winning. That's what I'm doing. Like, you guys know, I feel like we're fucked either way. Because I have serious concerns about Joe Biden having dementia, as you guys know. I think he really has dementia, so I have serious concerns about him being a puppet, like a figurehead with a silver tongue in his ear telling him what to do because he's not all there. And I have serious issues about Kamala. Strengthening police unions, putting more money into police forces, strengthening laws that discriminate against Black Americans, bigging up our police state, making our police state even stronger than it already is. I have serious concerns. And then, you know, on the other side, we have a motherfucking orange candy corn for a president. Like, I have concerns. Hi, Lisa. What movie, Kendrick? I think I missed your other comment. CWBA, that was it. I knew it was like CW something. Thank you. Just give me chaos at this point. Let's stop the charade. Right. You guys know how I feel. I feel like we need to entirely deconstruct our whole bipartisan system. I think we need to throw it away. I think the Electoral College has to go. If we're going to stick with it the way that it is now, it should just be a strictly popular vote. Whatever the number of votes is just whatever the number of votes is. The Electoral College has to go. Or if we're going to keep the Electoral College, we have to like vastly increase the number of electoral votes in certain states so that we don't have this like huge swing state issue. The way that it is now has just really effectively been like weaponized. It's not fair. It's not a fair election. It's really not democratic. So I think we need to just end all of it. You guys know, I think we need to end all of it and just have people vote on the issues strictly instead of elected officials, because there's no way that an elected official could represent everybody, have everybody's best interest. Just let people vote for themselves on the issues. And if we're going to have elected officials, it should be a lottery, like jury duty, where regular, ordinary citizens rotate in and out, so there's no amassing of power under any one individual. And the way that we do things now, I think, doesn't work and it has to go. So, you know, that's how I feel. But y'all know how I feel. The relationship between Dems and the Black community is like a toxic relationship where somebody is an abuser, and every time they keep promising they'll do better, every time they keep promising they'll do better and they'll never do it again, i.e. reparations. Some people are so lost. Just the mention of Cube talking to Trump, he's automatically seen as a traitor. I'm so sick of it. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, CWBA, Contract with Black America. They really shouldn't have given us those stimulus checks, because now we know reparations are possible. Right. Like, it's like, that's it. I've heard people say a civil war or a race war is going to happen if we get reparations. We're already in a civil war and a race war. Somebody literally just got cracked across the face in fucking Michigan with a fucking bike lock. White dude walked up to a group of black kids screaming Black Lives Don't Matter, hit one of them in the face with a lock. 18-year-old black kid broke his jaw, knocked teeth out. Fucking white kid. Fucking strapped a gun to his back. Fucking went to Kenosha, Wisconsin and shot 3 people. 2 of them died. Fucking Dylan Roof walked into a church in Charleston, killed 7 people. Like, we're in a war already. Violent. People do not seem to understand. And we talked about this, what was that, last week? I was like, I don't, I even said, I was like, I don't know what people need to understand that we're in a war. I was like, maybe because there's no tanks and military and soldiers and police patrolling the streets. I was like, oh, wait, yes, there is. And terrorizing the citizens. Oh, wait, yes, there is. It is. We're already there. I don't know if I don't know. People just have the wool pulled over their eyes. They're not aware. Hi, London. Bye, London. I said hi. I meant bye. Once I get to the bottom of this, I'll probably head out too. If I see Cardi twerk on Joe Biden, I might just end it all. I'm sick of all this vote or else rhetoric. Jim Carrey really killed that shit. I know I did watch the motherfucking SNL fake debate. That shit was hilarious. With Alec Baldwin and Jim Carrey, it was really funny. They were like, Joe Biden, the former vice president, allegedly. I was like, that's really something that Trump would really say. Like, no, he was not motherfucking allegedly like he was. Anyways, especially since Dexter should have ended at season 4. I always say this, Kendrick. It would have been literally a perfect show from beginning to end if they ended it in season 4. They just dragged it out. Off topic, but the whole Lizzo as a rapper thing was tiring also. It's just Atlantic trying to get the female rap bag no matter what. Truth Hurts was rising, so call it a rap song from a rapper for awards. Fake. Yeah. Hell if I know. Hi, Kylo. What or else is? Can't be any worse than what we've already had. Hi, Chariot Man Gaming. It's like our option is the climate change express lane or the scenic route. I shouldn't laugh. Because it's true. Throw it all away, burn it all down, start from scratch. How is Biden still alive? He looks old as fuck. Ranked choice voting. I feel like every day I'm getting more and more supportive of that. People out here are so out of touch with Black Americans. They know nothing about us and they really don't care to know. I agree. Well, y'all know how I feel. People are like, I, a non-BA, clearly know what's better for you. So sit down and let me tell you what is best for you. I literally got into it with some chick on Instagram. What is EC? What is that? I literally got into it with some chick on Instagram about getting rid of the EC. And I go look at her bio, Nigerian flag. We have referendums. Where do you live? Each member of parliament can put a bill in this biscuit tin. The UK? And they lucky draw it out. It gets put before government and the public, and we vote yes or no. I feel like a lottery system with regular citizens rotating in and out of government at random can't be worse than what we have now. I just don't. And like people voting on their own issues, I just don't feel like that can be worse. It's a Cold War, but it's here. Race war been on. We haven't really responded like we should have. I think people don't want to accept. I think people are in denial. Right? They lost in the sauce. The war never stopped. This definitely goes back to Lachicism and that video you made, Seren. Thank you. Oh, and for anyone that has never seen that video on Lachicism, it's in the On playlist. Might be in the Must Watch playlist too. They're too scared. Oh, yeah, Kayla. Yeah, exactly. They're too scared to admit it's happening, so they'd rather be blissfully ignorant. They need another Tulsa to open their eyes. It has to get that extreme. People want to see people want to see some paratroopers and big-ass warfare to believe it. Hi and bye, Chris. It's been a revolving war. It's only going to get worse. The election is going to make it worse. Everything is going underwater, like deep, uncharted waters deep. And then at the same time, you have all this stuff going on with capitalism and the digital surveillance and the surveillance capitalism. I did watch The Social Dilemma, which is so funny because everybody has been saying like you have to watch The Social Dilemma, like it's so scary and it's like so extreme. I literally had these like expectations and I was watching it and I was literally like, oh wait, so people didn't know this. I was like, oh, so people didn't know about like the digital surveillance and like how it's all tied to capitalism and the information and the data harvesting and the lack of privacy and how everything gets sold to the highest bidder so they can then turn around and sell you advertisements and maximize your time on the platform and on the screen by getting you to look at increasingly more polarizing content and more. I was like, oh, people didn't know. I was like, oh, now y'all know. For anybody that didn't see my video on digital surveillance, I believe that's also in the On playlist. On digital surveillance, on laicism, and on USPS, I think are the last On videos I did, you know, the sort of in-depth video essays. They're all in the On playlist. And I'm pretty sure they're also all in the must-watch playlist as well. But, like, yeah, that's just real. Like, I was just reading some other shit. I was just posting about it on Instagram. Somebody did, like, a deep dive into Facebook and, like, the digital surveillance. It's wild. Another piece from the New Yorker. They've been doing some really interesting pieces on surveillance and capitalism, digital surveillance and capitalism. And surveillance capitalism, which is like people making money off of surveilling us and selling our harvesting our information and selling it, and the lack of privacy and getting you to share more and more and more and beyond more and more and more. Get addicted. Oh, EC, Electoral College. Oh, people call it EC? I swear I never knew that. I mean, obviously, like I just said Electoral College, you would think. I've never shortened it. I always say Electoral College. Electoral College is trash, been trash since its inception. It's undemocratic by design. If these other blacks around the world stopped hating on us or being jealous of our history, this would all end. Oh, you're in New Zealand, right? You're in New Zealand. I'm in New Zealand. Our elections are on now, too. Yeah. Yeah, people don't know. And the way the police is so militarized and how it's basically just an extension of white America. People don't realize they're just now becoming more aware. Seren said, I thought y'all said it was scary and shocking. I was literally watching it like prepared to have my mind blown. And then I was just like, oh yeah, right. Yeah, capitalism is the devil. They're using all this surveillance to surveil us. Right. Okay. What's the next part of the documentary? I did think it was cool that they had like insiders talk. Like they had the dude that actually like invented, like created the like button, for example. And I did think like, I thought their insight, I wish it was like a little bit more of their insight and less of like the dramatization. I was like, how do you pronounce that? Dramatization. I wish it was like less of that and more of the people, the insiders talking. Because like it was interesting to hear the dude talk about like, yeah, when we created the like button at Facebook, all we were thinking about was like, oh, this will be a really cool way for people to like, you know, spread love and positivity with their friends and family, because now they can like things, they can like posts. They were like, we never thought that it would be used as a way to harvest data and information on the things that people like, so that we can serve them up more of that type of content and keep them on a treadmill of, you know, more of what they want to hear, insulate them, and then slowly send them down a rabbit hole of like more extreme views, more extreme content, more incendiary content, because that type of stuff creates like an outsource. It creates an oversized reaction. Like the more you look at that type of stuff, like the longer you're online and the longer you're on their platform and the more shit you're liking and the more information they can get from you and the more ads they can sell to you and the more they can sell and the more money they can make. They were like, yeah, we didn't know that was how it was going to be used. And I was like, yeah, because Mark Zuckerberg is literally Satan. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and I don't know, pick one more person, whoever you want, to be the 4 horsemen of the motherfucking apocalypse. Oh, super chat. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, and it's in like New Zealander money. Always holding space to think outside of the box. Thank you. So I did like seeing like the insiders talking, and then like towards the end where they asked all the insiders like, do your kids have devices? And they were all of them, all the insiders, all the Facebook people, the Google people, the Instagram people, they all said no. They were like, no. No devices, no screens, no social media. Somebody was like, there's no social media in my house. And then the interviewer was like, is that like a rule? And the dude was like, yeah, it's a rule. He was like, no, because we know it's addictive and it's like impacting people's brains and like breaking their shit down. You guys remember like years ago, I was like, bro, the social media is having an impact on people's brains. I was like, I don't know what it is, but it's having an impact on people's brains. And now as we're like learning more and more about it, it's like people are getting addicted and it's impacting, you know, self-awareness and body image. And it's literally getting you addicted because it's like you're taking a hit, as if you're like you're taking a hit and you're like getting the dopamine rush from the likes and the notifications and the this and the that. And you guys remember I said like I turn all the notifications off my phone. I turn all the notifications off everything because I hate notifications. And what do they say in the damn Social Dilemma documentary towards the end? Because they give tips on how you can reduce your social media time and shit. One of the main tips is like turn off notifications. Like, to me, it was just like confirming shit I already knew. But, you know, that's just because like, you guys know, like I'm paranoid and I believe that the singularity is coming. So I read a lot of stuff and I research a lot of stuff. So I'm sure for people that aren't into it, to have it accessible on a platform like Netflix and to watch it, you know, was probably eye-opening and scary for them, but it wasn't really for me. But it is good, and I do recommend watching it. Someone talk to Netflix and get them to add Seren's video at the end of the Social Dilemma documentary. Actually, just replace it with it. You guys know they use clips of my stuff in that Rachel Dolezal shit, the Rachel Divide or whatever it was called on Netflix. They use clips of my videos in that, which was wild. Speaking of digital surveillance, I finally watched Enemy of the State. That shit scared me. It's so real. Y'all know that's one of my favorite movies. And they even say in the Social Dilemma, because you guys know The Matrix is my favorite movie, and Enemy of the State is one for the same reasons. One of the dudes even says in the Social Dilemma, he's like, oh, it's like The Matrix. It's like people are plugged in and they don't even know. They don't even realize. He was like, they think they're getting on Instagram and social media and that they have a choice. He's like, no, you don't have a choice. Everything from the font to the color of the buttons to everything has been picked out by a team, hundreds of engineers, to make it more enticing, to make you want to click, to make you want to stay on the platform, to get you hooked. There's algorithms, there's supercomputers underground. This is real, this is literal. It sounds like conspiracy shit, but it's fucking true. There's supercomputers that all they do is power all day to direct you where they want you to go and like show you shit and like change your mind, change your behavior, influence you. He was like, they're literally trying to change your mind. They're trying to impact your brain. That's the point. It like, and like they talk about it. It's really true. Let's see. It's okay. That was just me, Vermilion Dynamo. Yeah, I had the same reaction watching it. That's why I summarized it as what your digital surveillance video was about. Hi, Nia. Same thoughts on the digital. Hi, Seren. Same thoughts on the digital surveillance movie. Worked corporate for 14 years till my position was moved to NC. Wasn't compared to move and take a pay cut, but data mining is big business. For anybody that's watching Enemy of the State for the first time, we did also watch Enemy of the State for Beesbake. So if you ever want to watch, you know, like put Beesbake on and hear some of my Enemy of the State commentary, we have watched that for Beesbake. So it is in the Beesbake playlist. Yeah, that's why I'm barely on social media. It's like a drug dealer. These social media developers are pushers. Definitely addictive. Stayed away from my whole pregnancy for my peace of mind. There's a whole book on the negative impacts of social media called Digital Minimalism. There's also one by this woman, Shoshana Zubokoff or something like that. That's called The Rise of Digital Surveillance. I have not read it, but I want to read it. It's on my list. I'm going to read it. It was mentioned several times in The Social Dilemma. It was mentioned several times in Dressing for Surveillance Capitalism that I told you guys about. It was mentioned several times in the digital surveillance article I read recently. I'm definitely going to get this book by this woman, Shoshana. I cut out 90% of social media. I'm officially done with it, said Alien Baby. So glad I grew up without the internet. I think I was part of the last generation to grow up without social media, and I'm relatively young. I do think that we have a lost generation. I don't know if I would say it's Gen Z just yet. Maybe it's the generation after them. But I definitely think we're going to have a lost generation of kids that are just like hooked on the social media. The one part of the dramatization that did scare me, bye Lisa, was the part where the mom locked the phones in the time release safe, and the little girl, I don't know how old she was, like 12 or 13, went and got the hammer and bust the shit open because she like couldn't not have the phone. Nope, and Netflix did not pay me for my fucking shit in the Rachel Dolezal documentary because they say that since I uploaded it to YouTube, it's fair use. So they said they didn't have to pay me. They did credit me, like I am in the credits, my channel and my video and all the information, but they did not pay me. I did talk to a lawyer about it, and they said since I uploaded on YouTube, it's fair use. You can only sue if it's like they presented your work in a false or derogatory manner, which they didn't do. They just used my arguments to talk about how this woman is a problem. And the blackfishing shit is a problem. I still got The Matrix on VHS. Haven't watched it in almost 10 years. Oh man, I watch it several times a year. I think I might have it written down somewhere, the timestamp, Tim. I remember that. I was like, wow, this blatant stealing of someone else's intellectual property. They used yours and a couple other YouTubers that made videos on her blackfishing. Thieves. I mean, yeah, you don't have to watch it. You could just watch my Rachel Dolezal videos. There is a playlist. You guys know I have playlists for everything. It's called Rachel Delusional. There is a playlist. So you can always just go watch my videos on her. They're in the playlist. They're there. Bye, Queen. Hi. Etenatory. Gen A for apathy. You think it's going to be Gen A, Kimberly? I pray to God our younger generation wakes up. A lot of these kids don't even know how to interact in public. It's disturbing. Yeah, that fair use shit is some shit. Yeah, if you guys want to see it, you can always watch my Rachel Dolezal videos. I mean, I would say watch those. Don't watch the Netflix one. Netflix stays exploiting Black creatives. Fair use could be such a double-edged sword sometimes. I still find myself reaching for my phone while I'm on my reading breaks. I get really bad anxiety if I don't know what's going on social media. See, and that's like addiction, you know? Like the anxiety you feel when you want that hit, you know? Smacking that arm, getting ready. No, the documentary wasn't in favor of her. It just was a documentary on the situation. Which is why I said you don't have to watch the documentary. If you want to know what I said, you could just watch my videos on the topic. Hi, Latafita. I think so. These kids are angry and violent as hell. The girls be using your talking points without even crediting you. Your intellectual property and commentary on politics and pop culture over the years is priceless. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that. Bye, Sim. I mean, like, people watch my stuff. My stuff gets a lot of views, which that is something that I like about YouTube as a platform. As you guys know, it's sort of like I am going to get compensated from my videos being on YouTube on this platform, because if you watch my stuff, I get paid. And I do have Patreon, as you guys know, for anybody that wants to support me on Patreon or Cash App. But a lot of people, and it's very interesting because, you know, a lot of people hate me. Like, they talk mad shit about me 5 years ago just to turn around and use my talking points. Like, I see him. I see him. But the fact that they clicked on the video to watch it to steal my ideas, I still got paid. So, you know. You know. That's it. The Age of Digital Surveillance by Shoshana Zuboff. Thank you. That's the one. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I think people will eventually figure out a safe way to use social media. We just have to figure out safe moderation skills and make it cultural. I get shadow banned a lot, but I know that folks are listening. You've always been ahead of the game. Bye, Mel. Thank you, Chariot Man Gaming. Bye. All right. Bye. I just got to the bottom, so I'm going to go. We literally just hit 100 minutes. So I'm going to go to, this was a good conversation. I'm going to think about the personality versus policy video for you guys. And how that will go. So, yeah. No, everybody has a playlist. You must not have ever looked at my playlists. I have a lot of playlists. Playlists are not exactly something you get because you're privileged over here. I mean, Shea Moisture has their own playlist too, because I did like 8 videos on them over 3 years. I have over 800 videos, so I don't expect people to just be like scrolling through videos, which is why I always say, please look at the playlists. And we'll go. Check out the playlists. Bye. Thank you for Super Chat. Bye.